with spiritual ascension right now is that from a cosmic standpoint, our planet is going through a particular part of the solar system, the universe, that it has never been before. But all indigenous groups have known that it was about to happen. It was going to happen. It was prophesied. And so we are going through a photon belt that is allowing our planet to be bombarded by more light frequencies than we've ever had hitting our planet. Light frequencies that's activating not just the planet, but all of us. So it is an external factor that is triggering the spiritual ascension.
The ones that are blessed are the ones who are peaceful and meek and who actually arrive at the top chakra through the heart chakra and activate them. Third eye and the crown chakra. A good way to activate the chakras is to call their names. Starting from the bottom chakra, Lam, L-A-M. Then Vam, Ram, Yam, and then Hum, then Om, and then silent. So, Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om, and silence. And those are the 7 chakras. And it's interesting that you've got the word Lam for the bottom chakra and Ram for the solar plexus. R-A-M, Ram in Sanskrit. It's pronounced Ram. So this is a way to activate them. Another way would be to chant the mantra. So when you use your voice, you're using the most powerful tool you have to ascend, to be a mystic. It's the voice. This is why chanting was so important, because the voice brings you to heaven. The voice is sound. The vocal cords are Horus, the larynx is Osiris, and the lungs are Isis, according to the Egyptians. Isis, her husband the larynx, Isis is the lungs, the larynx is Osiris, but the vocal cords, the word of God, is Horus.
Energy is not created nor destroyed, it's only changed in form. So if we're hearing impaired, where our energy would have gone towards hearing, it now has to go somewhere else. And so for me, it went into the extrasensory perception of feeling and recognizing that people say things all the time, words lie all the time. Energy never lies. You can feel, as soon as you're with someone, you can feel
instantly
how much they're loving, or if they're judging.
Or not.
Exactly.
Or not.
If they're judging you, if they have division in their internal narrative, but they're saying all of the right things, you can feel it. Yet because we're distracted by our 5 senses, we don't give credit to the extrasensory perception of our intuition and our feeling, which actually I've learned is the only voice I want to listen to is my intuition.
Intuition is your form of recognizing, I've just had a hit, I'm getting information. Here's what is true. You won't become clearly intuitive if you don't have the capacity or the courage to follow your small intuitive hits. If you can't follow that, you sure aren't going to get a big one.
How do you know when it's truly intuition and not wishful thinking or not, imagination?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Because intuition makes you feel uncomfortable. Fantasy doesn't.
Oh, wow. Now you've got to say that again. Intuition makes you feel uncomfortable.
Fantasy doesn't. It's that kind of funky feeling. And somehow or other, with clear intuition, comes a package of courage that you don't get with fantasy. It's like a little battery that gets plugged into your solar plexus, gets plugged into your gut. And it begins to boom, 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 throb constantly. It's relentless. And it gets louder at night. You can count on it. Intuition becomes absolutely obnoxious at night. All right? Until you start doing something about it. And when you start following it, then you begin to experience the phenomenon of synchronicity.
Meditation all by itself isn't really enough.
That's correct. The meditation really fits in a whole framework of living a life that's conscious. The Buddha was walking down the road one day right after his enlightenment, it's told anyway, and some people saw him and were struck by his beauty and his radiance. I guess he was very happy after he was enlightened, certainly in a good mood anyway. And they said, "What are you? Are you some kind of an angel or a deva?" And he said, "No." "Well, are you a wizard or a magician?" He said, "No." "Well, are you some kind of a god?" "No." "Are you a man?" "No," he replied. "Well, what are you then?" And he answered, "I'm awake." And in those 3 words, "I'm awake," kind of gave the essence of meditation teaching. And in Buddhist practice, that capacity to awaken is directed toward our own body and breath and physical being in the world around us, to our feelings and our heart, to our minds, and then to the world of the spirit, or the deeper levels of human existence. And so meditation, in foremost, is a process of learning how to be more conscious or mindful about all of that.
Many people have an image of meditation, and I think I've seen it myself in some instances in which a person uses it to create a wall, in effect, to withdraw, to avoid dealing with reality.
It's a very important question, because it's been confused that way, and because certain kinds of meditation practices, many of them are done in remote monasteries and remove yourself from the world. There are two major flavors to meditation, two major categories of it. One is the kind where you try and make yourself quiet by going in a cave or closing your eyes and ears and saying something over and over and over again to shut the world out. The second whole class of meditation, in which Vipassana and Zen and a number of other practices.
What does Vipassana mean?
It means to see clearly in Sanskrit. It's a word that's a meditation for learning to see ourselves and our lives clearly.
Okay.
And all of these other kinds of meditation fall in a group in which one seeks to find stillness in the midst of activity. So that you look for stillness not by shutting the world out, but by finding a centeredness or an ease or a peacefulness, even though you're hearing and seeing and smelling and tasting. And that's a kind of practice that you can do when driving or speaking with someone.
In other words, you might be meditating right now.
I might be meditating right now if I was any good at it. That's right.
There is a door in your head that no one told you about. It is the door through which we enter into life and pass out of life again.